Hi, and welcome to BB's Crafty Haven. I am Belinda, and it's my favorite time of the month, Just Our Imagination, with our two beautiful hosts, Brenda from Rustic and Lace, and Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIYs. And our co-host this month is Zaina from OK at Home DIYs. Congratulations, Zaina. This challenge, as you well know, comes with 3 challenge items. Our challenge items this month is a wire hanger, a tin can, and one of those metal towel racks from Dollar Tree. Um, I had a lot of fun making these. Some of them were a little rough on me because my hands are not very strong. So bear with me through some of these. They came out beautiful. I'm actually so happy about the way they came out, and I really hope you enjoy them as well. I hope they inspire you. Uh, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy doing this. It really helps me a lot. Um, so is the more you like and the more you subscribe, the more my channel will grow and the more that I can continue to do this. I want to thank everybody again for stopping by, and I really hope you enjoy this challenge. I know I do. The playlist for everybody will be in my description box below. I recommend you watching them. It is amazing what everybody can create and come up with these 3 challenge items. With that, let's get on with the crafting. Thank you again. DIY number 1. Okay, our first project is going to be with tin cans. And I took 3 of them. And I went outside and I spray painted them with like an off-white Rust-Oleum. It's all I had on hand. I just wanted something for the paint to adhere to. And that is Bohemian Blue with Apple Barrel and Gray Granite from Apple Barrel. We're going to paint 1 with the gray and 2 with the blue. And we're only going to do 1 coat on each one because I want some of that off-white color to show through. I like how that looked. It's hard to see it on the gray, but you can see it more on the blue. And then we're going to take the wax from Folk Art and we're really going to rustic it up a little bit. I like the way this turned out, but we're going to like dab that on and we're going to dab that on to all 3 of our cans. Alright, once we get all that wax on there, um, I found these, I just kind of Googled them, like tin can templates. I don't even actually remember what I actually Googled for these, to be honest. But all I was wanting was something simple like a star. But they had a lot of designs, but there was like no way with some of these designs could I create. Um, but I did all 3 and I printed 3 of them. And we're going to do the star on the front and the back of each of the tin cans. And you're going to need a hammer and a nail. And the setup for this kind of took me a hot minute, but it's actually not as hard as you think. I mean, the nails go in pretty easy. Um, it's just that my hands, I think, are starting to get arthritic, and eventually, after I did the last hand, it hurt. But I mustered through it, and I finished this project in 1 day. Once I got those hammered in finally and got them through it, got through it all, um, it took me a little while, but that's just because my hand strength is not there. But it really wasn't that hard. I promise. I really promise it wasn't that hard to nail those in. But once you see, I got it on the front and the back of each can. But the nail I used, I didn't like the size, and I thought they kind of turned out kind of small. So I took this screwdriver, small screwdriver, and just kind of widened the holes a little bit. And if you have a larger nail, you can cut this process out. But I used what I had on hand. But this ended up working out too. So, and you'll be able to see the stars so much better. See? Oh, so pretty. Um, but once you get those done, what you're going to do too is you're going to poke a hole on the top of each can, and in 2 of the cans you're going to put holes in the bottom too. Oh, and you're going to cover them with Mod Podge because you want to seal that paint in. But once you get that done, you're going to take this basket from Dollar Tree, and the only thing you want is the chain. And the chain itself is very easy to take apart. Just take needle nose pliers and twist it. It was pretty easy. Matter of fact, I twisted them sometimes. I thought they were going to snap. They were so easy. But that you're going to keep. And I think I did 8 spaces between each can. And yeah, here. And then you're just going to take the pliers and twist it. And it comes right apart, see? It barely even took much to do it. And then you're going to take that part and you're going to hook it into the top of the can. And then you're going to squeeze it closed. Now, I did this for all 3 cans. I did the tops before I did the bottoms. So, once I got all the bottoms connected together, the hardest part you'll see right here is just me kind of trying to get it to hold. Just trying to hold it in my hands right now, because right now my hands are kind of sore and hurt. But once you get those in and get those situated and closed, you're going to start with the bottom chains. And I think I show you that here in a minute. There, see? I did all 3 of them first. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut the same length of chain. You're going to twist the chain apart just like you did with the needle nose pliers to begin with, and you're going to stick it in the bottom. And then you're going to take the needle nose pliers and you're going to twist take the needle pliers inside the can and twist it. Now, my hands by this point were really hurting, and I didn't think I twisted it enough. So I ended up just taking hot glue and masking tape and putting it over top of each of those. And we've had a lot of windstorms and rain and all kinds of stuff, and it's been hanging out for 2 weeks, and it's held together. So it works. But once you get them all put together, this is what it's going to look like. Oh, we're going to use the hook that I showed you in the beginning. We're going to reuse that hook as the top part of the can. But this is what it looks like when it's all pieced together. And then we're going to take some lights that I got from Dollar Tree, and we're going to stick those in there as well. But you'll see everything at the final reveal. And here we are, quickly moving on to DIY number 2. So we're going to take those little paper cup flower thingy majiggers that you get from Dollar Tree. I think I'll show you a package here in a minute. Maybe not. I don't show you a package. Or did I show you the package? Maybe I showed you the package in the beginning. I can't remember. Anyways, you get those from Dollar Tree. And we're going to take the white from Apple Barrel, and we're going to dry brush all of them. And I don't know how many I took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think I actually only needed 6. Anyways, once you get those dry brushed, that's what they look like. And we're going to take the paper towel holder, which is challenge number 2. And we are going to cut holes into those little paper cups. As you can see, I just kind of do the side and a little bit of the bottom. And we are just going to feed that through. And we're going to alternate them. Like the openings, I guess. You'll see here and see what I do. See what I do. Don't listen to what I say because I don't know what I'm saying half the time. But once we get all those little cups on there, we are going to take this green ugly felt and we are going to trace it and cut it. But don't worry, it's just going to be as a base. We are going to cover that up. So once we get that cut out, and I'm going to show you every piece of me cutting it, because I thought you guys all needed to see that. Look at my beautiful cutting skills. Okay, after we get it cut, I'm actually going to cut a slit into it. At first I didn't slit big enough, and I have no idea what I'm really doing there. I was just kind of eyeballing it, I guess. But you almost want to cut the slit like all the way through. Like I only cut it halfway through, but you actually need to cut it almost all the way through. You can see what I'm trying to do at that point. Like I said, this is just the base. But once we get that on there, I just kind of set it on there. I don't even think I even really glue it down. But anyways, this is what we're going to use the base for. We're going to take that reindeer moss, I think that's what you call it, And we are going to hot glue that and cover that entire green base of it. That was the whole purpose of the ugly green felt. And I am just going to cover that completely, and I will probably trim it up at the end, which I'm not sure if I show that or not. But you can see in the corner that I cover the entire bottom. And then we're going to take these letters that I got from Amazon. I get all my wood letters from Amazon. And we're going to take that purple, and I cannot remember the color, but it's Craft Smart. And I'm going to paint letter in that bowl. I think I do 2 coats. Actually, I'm pretty sure I do 2 coats. All right. Once we get all those painted, we are going to set those aside. And we're going to bring back our base. And we are going to take some tissue paper, and I'm just going to stuff them into each of those cups as fillers. I thought about using foam, but I was too lazy and didn't want to feel like cutting it down and stuffing it in there, and this was a lot easier, so this is the route I went. You, of course, can do whatever you like, or whatever floats your little boat. But tissue paper works great. I'll just say that. And then I got these flowers. They're a mixture of flowers from Dollar Tree and Amazon. But they're all spring flowers. And all I'm doing is taking like the tips of them, the flowers. Like I'm not really using the stems. And I'm just sticking them in there. And I use a different color for each little pot. And I use some hot glue to manipulate some of the leaves to lay the way I would like. And this is what it looks like when I get it done. Oh, and I forgot I covered the base around the little pots with flowers as well. I ended up filling that up, but I can't remember if I show that or not. I think I ended up doing it off camera afterwards because it didn't look right. So all we're going to do is take these letters and glue them on. And I actually suggest setting it up. Like I'm showing you me laying it down, putting the letters on, but they ended up being a little crooked. So then I had to retake them off and do them again. But luckily, it didn't tear up too much because I had taken them off pretty quick. But this is what it ends up looking like, and I think it turned out beautiful. I did put more flowers at the bottom, and that it ends this project. See a better view of it during the final reveal, and that gets us moving on quickly to DIY number 3. We are moving along. Alright, for this project, you're going to take that little wood round that I got from Dollar Tree. As you've seen, it said home on the other side, but we're not going to use that side. We're going to use the other side, and I don't know the size of that wood round. But I'm going to take this wood rope from Dollar Tree, and we are just going to twist it and hot glue it into the middle, or what I thought was the middle. And by the way, you should measure that because I didn't measure that and it was a little off, but it ended up working out in the end. I'm kind of a lazy crafter. I just kind of go with what looks right. But in this case, I probably should have centered it a little better because when I was wrapping the rope around, it was a little off. But it still turned out very cute. At least I think it did. You all let me know what you all think in the comment box below after this is finished. But anyways, as you can see, I am just hot gluing and wrapping it around and around and around and around. All the way around until it's completely covered. And it looks like that. And you can't really tell I'm off center, but I kind of am. But you don't really notice that. So it did turn out okay. We're going to put that aside though. And we're going to use our challenge items of wire hangers. Now, I took some jute and I wrapped it around the entire hanger, even top part, everywhere. I didn't hot glue it. I just kind of tacked it to itself and wrapped it. And I did this for 10 hangers. And I just kind of watched TV as I did it. It was kind of tedious. At least I thought it was. It was boring. But you could get away with only doing 5. I'm just tell you right now, you don't have to do all 10. I did all 5. And you can see how I bent that down and kind of tacked it. And it's all covered. And I didn't have to use any hot glue. I just tied a knot and it worked great. And I said, like I said, I did 10 of those, but you can get away with doing 5. So we're going to take this fabric, and I got this fabric at Wally World or Walmart, and we are going to wrap 5 of the hangers in this. And this took a lot of hot glue, by the way, because all I did is hot glue it. I just kind of wrapped it like a present, which is very badly because I wrap presents badly. But you're just going to take the fabric, cut it down to size, and kind of hot glue the fabric to itself, wrapping it around the hanger. And you're going to use this kind of fabric for 5 of them. And this is where you could have got away with not wrapping them. With this fabric here, you didn't have to wrap the hangers with this one. This one is the part where you could have got away with 5 of the hangers not being wrapped in jute. But then again, it also did help hold some of the fabric on and the glue. So it's back and forth, half one, dozen the other. It's totally up to you on how you would like to do this, or even if you want to repeat this project. You don't even have to repeat this project. I don't even think anybody would ever really do this anyways. But you can see I just put hot glue and I'm just kind of wrapping it around. And I do that for 5 of them using this fabric. And here is all 5 finished. As you can see how it's wrapped. Don't look at the back, it's very ugly. And then you're going to take your other 5, and this is actually where you kind of did need the jute wrapped around there, and you're going to take 5 more, and I'm going to take this burlap that I got from Walmart, and I used 2 of them, 2 strips, because 1 is too light. So I ended up taking this, and I did the same way I did the fabric. Actually, this was a little harder, because the jute, I don't know, the burlap's a little, I don't know, trouble with it, maybe because it was doubled up. Anyways, once I get all 5 of those wrapped, just like I did the fabric, I had to move to the floor because it's a huge project. And that is Holly. That is my 1-year-old corgi. Her name is Holly Jolly. She was born on Christmas of 2023. Anyways, we are going to spread this out, and please ignore my dirty carpet. I have pets and I can't ever get it swept up enough. So anyways, moving on. We are going to spread these out in the order that I would like. And I keep fussing with it. And Holly keeps stepping on them and moving them and driving me crazy. But she's adorable and I love her to pieces. Once I get done fussing with it a little bit, I will take my staple gun and I will staple those in. And that will be the last you see of Holly. Because once I start doing this, she gets scared and she's like, I'm out. See, look at her backing away. Isn't that funny? She leaves. She doesn't come back after that. She's my love bug. She's a cutie pie. Anyways, once you get all those stapled in, this is what it looks like. And we're going to flip it. And I really didn't mean to do it that way. I kind of wanted to do... I should have done it the other way, because I ended up having to double up on the wood round thing. Oh, and that black wood round, I forgot to tell you guys. It came off of a toy box. It was like a wheel off of a toy box thing. I just tore it apart. It was like a thrift store thing, by the way. Sorry, and I don't know the size. Sorry. But anything would work. Anyways, I used the cement glue from Dollar Tree and hot glue. And we're going to take the rope and push it on top. And I ended up letting that sit overnight too. Oh, wait, I flip it, I think. I think I flip it one more time. Yes. Yes. Here, that's okay. That's where I flip it. And then I take the other little wheel that I used, that I took off that toy box or whatever it was from the thrift store. And I use that cement glue again. And I use hot glue. And I just stick that other piece on top of that. And that'll hold all of this together. And I just stick that right on top. And then I'm going to take that box full of all kinds of stuff. And it's very heavy. And I'm going to set it on top. And I left it like that overnight. And here we are at the next day. And here I am taking it off. And I'm out of my pajamas. Finally, sorry you all see me in my pajamas. That is it. And you didn't even need to put a hanger on it because the actual hangers become the hanger, which is really cool. But that is it, and I promise I'll show everything in the final reveal, which is coming up. And all I did for the final reveal, instead of doing a video, I did pictures because of all the detailing and different designs in these projects. So with that, that brings us to our final reveal. So the first one we're going to show is the tin cans. As you remember, we did the stars, and this is what it looks like hanging up with the lights on. And then here is with the lights off. And I actually have this hanging outside, like I said, and it looks just like that. It's beautiful. And here's our spring, our flower and our flower pots. And here's our beautiful flower, our sunflower. I absolutely love it. I want to thank everybody for watching, and please like and subscribe, and don't forget to watch the playlist in my description box. Thanks!